So as part of going in the loft, I also did mention that there were some games and things up there, electronic gadgets, that sort of stuff, that would be interesting, shall we say, and give you a different perspective on the way things used to be, maybe. I.e. a games console or gadget, I suppose, games console, games gadget, something that I've had for years and years and years, that was sold many, many years ago. It's actually even older than my coffee I'm drinking. And I'm not meaning a few minutes ago when I made it, but this is Starbucks. And when this game gadget came out, Starbucks weren't even in this country. Neither was Costa, or Nero, in fact. So what is it, and what's so unusual about it? Well, the gadget in question is, in fact, I did show you a picture in the last video. It was a picture from an Argos catalogue when these things were for sale, and it is Firefox F7 from Grandstand. Yes. And at the time it was new, it's got a label on it of £32.50, which was a lot of money back then. This was going to be back in the early 80s. First toy I had electronically. It was a Christmas present, of course. And it is this thing here. It's actually quite big, really. I took it round to the kids the other day to show the kids what things used to be like before we had all the Switch and the DS and PlayStations and Xboxes and all that sort of stuff. And of course the kids were like, hang on a minute, has it only got one game? Does it only play one thing? I said, yes, it does. It only plays one thing. It doesn't even come with a power supply. When it was new, you had to buy batteries for it, or you had to buy the extra £10 or whatever it was for the power supply. And yes, Firefox, I mean, it really didn't have much of a link to the Firefox film. If you know, there's a film with Clint Eastwood called Firefox. This really wasn't based on that at all. So they just got away with the name for it. Firefox F7, it's a space game where you have like a rocket ship that shoots things up into the, yes. So the controls were simple enough. It had a power on and off button, level select and a start. This one has stereo sound, you've got left and right sound, but there's no volume control. And again, it's one of those things that a lot of these systems at that time had. There was no volume control. Sound was either on or off. So literally, I think my dad got fed up with this probably within about the first 5 minutes of me having it. Switched it on, played it, and he went, oh my God, what's that good awful sound? Turn it off. So you could turn the sound off, but you couldn't adjust it. And most of these electronic games, as I said, exactly the same. No volume control whatsoever. The sound is really, really annoying. The controls were simple enough. Faster, slower, left, right, and fire. The left and right is now very, very, very stiff. So to play it is a bit of a chore. You've got to really back it across left and right to play it. Level select. Great, you had level select on it. Yeah. The thing is, it only has 3 levels in total. 1, 2, 3. Once you've done 3 levels, that's it. Just start again. So it was addictive to a point, but once you've done the 3 levels, which is really, really easy, it kind of got a bit boring, to be honest with you. But at the time, this was top tech. You didn't have computers to play with, so you only had these sort of things, or handheld games. And handheld games, we didn't have any handheld games because they were LCD. You couldn't really see them very easily. And again, they were quite expensive for what they were. I also love the fact that even on the back of it, it says 3 skill levels, and it also says 4th generation technology. 4th gen? Seriously? Who knows?
That's enough!
So going back to more normal consoles or more modern consoles, I did say in the video when I fixed, or thought I fixed the Xbox One, that I just took it apart, and I probably didn't do much to it because the other people who looked at it didn't take it apart. So it's just a case of, I sort of thought I fixed it. However, on reflection, maybe I did. Looking at it now, when I first got it, it had absolutely no power whatsoever. Nothing worked. Pressed any of the buttons on the front, nothing worked. Buttons on the side, nothing at all. Now, press the power button. So when I decided, I did connect a few leads and things up that maybe weren't connected before. I didn't know because I took it apart and I couldn't tell if they were or weren't. So actually, I probably did fix it. And also, whilst still doing stuff, sorting things through, I also found an England supporters kit. Thing is, I don't know how old this England supporters kit is. It could be much older than this. It could be really, really, really old. So we're going to have a look, aren't we? I reckon it's probably at least 10, 20 years old. Maybe 10 years, don't know. I would say it's probably quite old actually, because the photo is Wayne Rooney. Oh, it's 2006. There we go. World Cup 2006 wall chart. So yeah, a little bit old. I was sort of nearly right. Face paint, which is like a flat thing. Footballers, including David Beckham. Come on England sticker. Well, that can be useful. And of course, an England flag. So yeah, a little bit out of date maybe, but many things. The flag, the sticker. I wouldn't so much about the face paint because the face paint looks rubbish, but otherwise still quite relevant for this World Cup maybe.
Missiles launched. With Biscay T. Ferrier.